Thiago Alves and Fitch, two of the best welterweights in the world. These guys are going to face off. The winner of this fight will win the winner. We'll fight against the winner of Koscheck versus George St. Pierre for the title. And yes, Fitch will fight Koscheck. Chael Sonnen has looked incredible lately. His win over Nate Marquardt got him this title shot, and he has talked a lot of smack leading up to this fight. I'm very excited to see what happens on Saturday night.
To talk about me is easy. Try being me.
I would never apologize for anything. And by the way, Soros, that was not a correct interpretation. Anderson did not just say, it's easy to talk about me, try being me. He said, it's easy to talk about me, try beating me. You're not the only one in the room that speaks Portuguese, even though you act like you are. It's a step harder picking up that language than it is understanding Pig Latin.
I'm really excited about this, and it's been a while. It's been a long time, and I'm just happy to be back. I'm gonna get in there and do my best, and I'll be victorious. I know how it is. Once you miss weight once, you're gonna be blamed for the rest of your career. So I'm used to that.
I mean, I'm relaxed for this fight. I'm used to fighting idiots like him that are talking about me. It's a constant battle. I fought idiots all over the world. Some have respected me, some haven't. And I can't tell you who's going to win Saturday night, but the fight's going to, we'll see how he's acting tomorrow at the weigh-ins, and that's when it's going to start, and we'll see how it goes.
There's a lot of pressure on me, and that's exactly where it should be. If you're carrying a card and you're going to fight for the world championship, you should have pressure. I don't care. I'm like a wounded animal. If you back me in the corner, I'll do anything to get out of it. So, that's the way it goes. That's the fight game. But, I've been calling this guy out for 4 years, and he still doesn't want to fight me. I became the #1 contender on February 6th, and on February 7th, he put out a press release as to why he shouldn't have to fight me. So if it takes pressure to get that fight to happen, then that's what it's going to take.
I think there's a big difference between what you say before a fight and what you do when you actually fight. People aren't paying for what Chael's saying right now. People are going to pay for the fight on Saturday night.
I'm here to do my job, and that's go out there and defend my belt. And as far as talking goes, even a parrot can talk. I like pink, so does my wife. I don't know if he likes it or not, but I like it. No, it's not a coincidence. I just basically put it on because my wife said, put it on. You'll look nice next to him.
I'm not in here to get the silver medal or say I one time fought in the main event in the UFC. I'm here purely to win the world championship, period. And it doesn't have a lot to do with Anderson. Getting to beat up Anderson is just a bonus. I'm after the championship belt. He's got it. We can't all get along. There can be only one champion. I'm sore, tired, under the weather, overtrained, undermotivated, and still tough enough to beat this guy.
What I think is I don't think you guys have been paying attention. His last 2 fights, this was exactly the same. This isn't anything different than the last 2 fights he fought with this stuff that he was saying before Nate and the fight before that. It's just he's the main event this time, and he's in front. And all the focus is on him. He says some funny shit. It's hard not to laugh at it. I think that Anderson has had a rough couple of fights, and we've had a little bit of what will I call it? I don't know what I'd call it, but everybody knows what happened, and I think Anderson, and I can't speak for Anderson. Anderson can speak for himself, but I'm sure that he's focused and wants to get back in here and do what he does best and do what I think he's capable of, and the rest of the world thinks he's capable of. And I'm sure he really wants to fight Chael Sonnen on Saturday night. And a lot of things have been said, and I think he's taking the. I'm not going to say too much. We'll see what happens on Saturday night. I haven't told anybody at this podium what to say ever. They are who they are, and they're going to be who they are. And I'm not ever going to tell anybody to act a certain way.
Yeah, I've never been much of a talker. My focus is going in and doing my job inside the octagon. And if you followed the fights, you'd see that's how I've always been. So, I'm just focused on going in there and doing my job and beating up my opponents like I always do.
I gotta say, this is the funnest press conference I've ever been in.
You all laughed at me.
I know, I love it.
Well, I don't fully know what respect means. That sounds like something a kid says in the street after he's getting ready to take your coat and shoes. But, listen, they want to talk about respect. I don't do that stuff. I'm here to fight. Okay, this is a fist fight to me. And you can talk mixed martial arts and you can bow and do all this crap you see in the movies, but when you're done with it and the guy in the shark suit gets done saying our names and gets the heck out of the ring, I'm gonna get in a fist fight on Saturday night in Oakland, California. When that's done, you know, who knows what the future brings. I'm gonna look for somebody else to beat up, and if I need to be nice to Anderson when it's done, that's okay too. I don't wish Anderson a bad life. I'm gonna take his belt, I'm gonna hurt him real bad in 2 days. Well, if we're playing in a hypothetical world and Anderson's able to beat me, that's not gonna mean Anderson's that good, that just means I'm that bad. Okay, look, we're going out there to fight, and I don't owe him anything and he doesn't owe me anything. I just ask that he shows up on the 7th, and I ask that he makes weight tomorrow night. I want the crowd to be entertained, absolutely, I'm in the entertainment business. You know, but again, I don't mean to just talk about Anderson Silva. I'm after the belt, and I'll go through anybody that gets in my way. I fought 5 world champions, and I beat them all. I fought 12 guys in the top 10, and I beat 10 of them. He can't make either of those claims. He hasn't accomplished near what I've accomplished in this sport. He's accomplished more in this company, but his resume isn't near as impressive to mine. Who's he beat in the UFC that's even held their spot within the roster? 2 or 3 guys? I beat 2 or 3 guys that are still in the roster too. I never received backlash for my comments. I received praise. In fact, I ran for public office and received 99.6% of the vote.
Was that the one? That was the one unopposed.
That is correct.